Hey drafters, we're back in Marvel. We just did a meta update and talked a little bit about what's working and what's not. Season just reset as of today, so we're a little underranked, but so is everyone. Opening Earth's Mightiest Heroes is a pretty silly card. White blue's the best color pair in the format, but green goes well with both, and this is definitely a bomb worth splashing for or playing. I like it better than taking a War Machine, which is solid, but I don't think it's anywhere close to Earth's Mightiest Heroes. And we're giving up a Frozen and Ice and a Helicarrier Strike to take it. Frozen and Ice probably like the next best card in the pack, even over Whiplash and War Machine. But I'll take the Earth's Mightiest and see where it takes us. Maybe go into like a aggro green white deck. Okay, Okoye is insane. Wep Up is insane. Ah, man, these are really close. I really struggle to believe not taking Okoye is right. I could also take an Undercover Scroll, which for getting to 6 mana is important, but this is just such a dumb card. 4 mana, 3/2, makes 2 1/1s, it makes all your creature tokens that are attacking have first strike. It just is such a pushed card at 4 mana. Into Quake, take up the shield. There's an Hour of Defeat and a Lightning Strike. Quake is pretty darn good. Surveillance Room's decent. Avengers Hangar's decent. Take up the shield's decent. I don't think there's a wrong choice here. There's a lot better 3-drops than this. I think that's what I'm supposed to take. Though, just filling in the curve. I want a lot of creatures for Earth's Mightiest Heroes. I don't want a bunch of non-creatures to potentially hit. So I want my non-creatures to be really, really good. Knights, Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D., Pet Avengers. I mean, we're moving towards just being like mono white right now. We don't have to play Earth's Mightiest Heroes if white just seems wide open. Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D.'s been really solid. Burrow backup's crazy with Okoye. Pet Avengers is just good. Knights of Wongador is just good. I don't like Burrow backup in these Earth's Mightiest Heroes decks, but it's just such a oppressively good card. I rate it super highly. I'm going to take it here. Just the ability to fix. And I don't know if I'm playing this Mythic. It's good, but like it is double green, and if green's not flowing, like we haven't seen any of green's fight spells, go nuts, etc. It's just one of those cards, you'll give a top 8, you get something. So even if you're not teamworking, it's fine. And if you teamwork it and you hit like 4 things, it's just game winning. So yeah, teamwork 5's no joke, but if you go like turn 5 Burrow backup into it, what are we gonna do? But yeah, this curve out, if I went Quake into Okoye into Burrow backup into Earth's Mightiest Heroes, is just instant game win. I need a 1 or a 2-drop to go with it, of course, but lots of stuff we could pick up that's nice. White is by far the best color in the set, which I'm pretty happy about, given that's what I predicted. Blue, a little bit of surprise that its inconsistency with its lower cards are just being carried so hard by how good its best cards are, and it makes sense. The best blue cards are crazy. Okay, decision time. I think I'm supposed to take a Frozen and Ice pick 5 and say this is enough of a signal blue is open over a Pet Avengers and an Atlas and a Mockingbird, which I think is one of White's weaker cards. Frozen Ice is like one of Blue's best cards, so I'm going to say I'm going to try to be the white-blue player if nobody else wants to be. I struggle to believe there were 4 cards better than Frozen and Ice in that original pack. I mean, it's Blue's best or second best removal spell, goes in every deck, total house. And if I don't play Earth's Mightiest Heroes, so be it. I'll just play a blue-white aggro, tempo, whatever you want to call this. I say that, and then I'm getting a 6-pick scroll, but there's also a Wiccan. Whenever you cast a non-creature spell, exile a target non-token, non-land permanent, and then return it to the battlefield. At the next end step, doing that with Okoye is crazy. Moving Frozen of Ice is nice, like putting it on something else that they've played. It's also a 5-mana 4/4 flyer, which is just huge. Alright, this pack just sucks. There's like nothing anybody would want. I'll take the Hidden Layer in case there's I mean, wow. 7th pick Cruel Alliance. I didn't even process that was in the pack. People are hard avoiding black. Is that real? I'll take the land. Yeah, I'll take the land here. I guarantee you there's something that I'd be willing to splash for. Herbie? Yes, please, on pick 8. Misty Knight's great, but it's a red card, which is the weakest color in the queue or in the set. Super Suit, super whatever, and Stolen Start deck's solid. Hulk Smash is solid, but Herbie's just gonna go in every deck and be good in it. It's also just another flyer. Okay, red black land. I mean, all the red black stuff wheeled. I have an Ant-Man wheeled. Whenever it attacks, you can pay 1 to put a counter on any creature. When you put a counter on a creature, make a 1/1. I mean, there's not a world where I'm playing Atlantean Cavalry. There's just so many better 3-drops, and the rest of this is irrelevant to me. So these are our hedge cards right now. Pim Technologies helps splash for the green for Earth's Mightiest Heroes, and I'm fine with passing a super strength for it. Sweet. Blue-white Gainland, sign me up. Now we can confidently play 3 colors at this point between a Burrow backup and then this combination of lands. I could play almost whatever I want. I'll take the Legionnaire, I guess, but I'm not playing it even if I'm playing black. It is a flyer, which is relevant. It helps keep you up against the like the flyer decks. But the problem is it kind of just trades 1-for-1 with everything. Like your opponent plays the 3-mana 2/2 that makes a 1/1, the flyer. The 3-mana 2/2 flyer it makes a 1/1. You play this, and then you trade with the 2/2, and they spent 1 less mana, and they get to keep a 1/1 afterward. So doesn't feel great. 2-drops is what I'm looking for at this point. 1s and 2s, high priority. Baron Helmet Zemo, no thank you. Artifact spells cost 1 less, artifact becomes something else. There's an Atlantis attacks, this card's absurd. There's a Wrath Security Officer. Supervillain Lockup, I think, has got to be my pick as a 2-drop that protects us in the early game. There's also a Plaza that will probably wheel, and I would be happy to play even a 2-mana 2/1, but I would be happy to take Burrow backup, Wrath Security Officer, Atlantis attacks, the green-white land, or a Royal Guard, or Khazar. This card's pretty nuts as well, but we're already pretty locked in on top end. I want early game now. Arc Reactor, no thank you. Knights of the Wungor, Agent's Access. I think I gotta take Trickster's Stratagem though. More removal good. Currently we only have the 2. It's one of the best ones. And I'm happy to wheel a lot of things from this pack. So in packs where there's a lot of good things to wheel, I like to take removal and then see what comes back. We are getting a deployment drone over Hellcat, a Tuma, which I think is a little bit of a trap. US Agent John Walker, which is solid, but I'll take my 3-mana 2/2 flyer that comes with a 1/1 token too, so it's good with Koye. It's nice to blink with Wiccan, get another 1/1. Honestly, this is looking like a great Wiccan deck because I can blink Supervillain Lockup to get back, to exile something more important. I can blink Frozen Ice to tap down something more important. I can blink Shield Deployment Drone to get a 1/1, Herbie to get a card, a Koye to get 2 1/1s. Seems really solid so far. And right now, I don't know if I want to splash for an Ant-Man. I do want to splash for Earth's Mightiest Heroes if I can, but it is double green, so I'll have to keep that in mind. So we're moving more and more towards I'm just going to play blue-white. I have a really easy splash for green and black at the moment, between a Burrow backup and whatnot, but double green is not the most ideal thing to splash. I'm still taking my mythic when I could potentially play a like bomby mythic. Top 8, put all creature cards among them into the battlefield. If you teamworked it, it's amazing. But if I got like 4 or 5 2-drops in white-blue, I would just play white-blue here and not really worry about it. I'd like 1 or 2 more like removal-y spells, either a Web Up, a Frozen and Ice number 2, Trickster Stratagem number 2. Just, I would take Helicarrier Strike pretty highly. 1 or 2 of that tends to be game warping. Alright. Came back around. World War Hulk, another double green card. I'm not very interested in splashing. This pack's a little rough for us though. Once again, a lot of like bigger stuff. 4-drop, 6-drop. Not really stuff I'm the most excited to play. Take the Dinosaur. It's good with Earth's Mightiest Heroes, both getting it off of it and playing it. I could just take another flyer, but it's a 4-drop. You take Depower as a cycle or a combat trick. I'll take the cycle or combat trick since our early game's looking a lot weaker right now over a pretty replaceable 4-drop when we already have a really solid 1, 2, 3, 4 Baxter building. 4 mana in any combination of colors. This is not the Heroes one, which is unfortunate. I think I just take the Kree Commandos, another 3-drop flyer, just keep up the pressure in the air is kind of the game plan here. Serpent Society is not really real. It's a 3 mana 3/4 Death Touch that works with the other Death Touchers, but the ward get 5 poison counters only matters if you can play it twice. So you either need 2 of it, or you need a way to, get it back. Khazar. This card's so crazy. It's another 5-drop though. Yeah, I'll take the Khazar at this point. It's just such a absurd top-end card. Green white land, sure, over a savage land dinosaur. I'm a fan. I want to just be able to play green with impunity, I guess. This is another top-end card. We're seeing like all the things for our deck, but just all at the top end. I don't like Claim the Kingdom. It's fine. You don't really have any way to double land, so I'd rather just take a Surveil land and be confidently able to play my now Earth's Mightiest Heroes. I'd say I'm very unlikely to splash black for anything at this point outside of really crazy stuff that's like white-black, blue-black, or green-black. I mean, I don't think I'm playing like a double black card. I mean, I guess if we open exactly Doctor Doom, maybe I'd consider it. Alright, we are so good on fixing at this point. It's kind of nice, actually. We don't have a lot of 1-drops we're worried about playing, because at this point it looks like we're going to be playing a confident turn 1 play of a land. If we're playing green, I'm happy to play just a 2-drop, any 2-drop to keep, my game plan. I want to have more early game. Depower's technically a 1-drop, but we really just need early game at this point. I would take anything. 2/2 prowesses, you name it. That does not count. Panther Pounce does not count because you do need to target a creature. I'll take the Ant-Man's army, I guess. Help us ramp. Tigra, sure. It's a 2-drop. Do I have anyways? Oh, I have all these game lands, actually. Call damage control is not a 2-drop, nor is it a real card. Whenever you gain life, put a counter on her. Wow, last pick Widow's Bite. What is happening? That's just wrong. I don't know what to tell you. All right, 2-drops. Just kidding. I want a Hero in Training. It's one of the best white cards in the entire set. I'd be happy to get back Serpent Specialist, but I'm not taking a Serpent Specialist over a Hero in Training ever. You can't make me. All right, we're looking like we're pretty close here. We have 5 lands, so we're at 18 cards, which means we need at least 5 more real cards. Things that are on the chopping block. Ant-Man, I'm super mid on. It's a 3-mana 2/2 that has to attack. I don't know. Green-blue is getting carried not by its green-blue cards. It's getting carried by like the green and the blue cards. Scientist Supreme. Copy Talker, activated ability you control from an artifact source. Nope. Okay. Iron Lad. Top card if it's an artifact. Kind of just want to take a Raft Security Officer over a 3-mana 2/2 flyer. Hydraulic Helper we can't use the mana on. A Synthoids. Yeah, I'm just going to take my Raft Security Officer. It's a good card. Just a solid 2-drop. Like I said, that is kind of our main priority. Quake is such an interesting card. Like, on the play with a nice curve out, it's amazing. As a top deck, or when you don't have ways to trigger it, it's literally just a 3-mana 3/3. And sometimes even when you can trigger it, it just doesn't really change anything because it's sorcery speed. Whenever you cast a spell that targets a creature you control. I could depower my own thing. Not really happening. But do I want a 2/2 with that like very slight upside over just a Knights of the Wungalore? How am I putting counters on things? I put counters on things with Tigra and Khazar. But it's a 2/2 over a 2/1, but being a 2/1 doesn't really change anything in this format. I'll take the 2/1 with more upside. It's non-legendary too, in case I get like a second option to take a Another one of those. Absorbing Man. 3-mana 4/4 Vigilance at the beginning of first main phase. Become a top copy of up to one target artifact, non-aura enchantment, or land. Except for it's a 4/4 human villain and has Vigilance and it's Absorbing Man. Okay, so this is a 3-mana 4/4 Vigilance that sometimes is it's basically always the best card on the field. So I will take that very happily. That's a card I'm happy to splash green for and play green with. Viv Vision's good, but I gotta take We Say Thee Nay with our 2-drop lackingness. Being able to do that, it seems amazing. Copy target, activate, or triggered ability from a creature source. Well, we have like a million of those, but I don't think I can take it over We Say Thee Nay. I Am Iron Man, Restorative Technique, 2 life, search for a basic, put a counter on a creature. Kind of does all the things. I could also take I Am Iron Man. This seems like totally the right place to take it, turning these like Knights of Wungador into a base 4/4 flyer with all their 1/1 counters, drawing a card. Seems better than going and getting a land to me. Armor Wars. This card is not very good. Serpent Specialist or Wakandan Royal Guard. I don't like Rick at all. It's just Rick. Don't like Rick. Wakandan Royal Guard's been really annoying, but I have great late game, so I'm going to take the Serpent Specialist. I think I'm cutting these two. Super Strength could be real. I don't like it, but it's the most possibly real thing on the board. Claim the Kingdom. I'll take the rare for just the gems eventually. Surveil 2. Maybe there's a world. We'll have to figure out what our like last card is from our sideboard. It could be Quake. It could be Ant-Man. It could be Super Strength. Because right now we're sitting at 22 cards and 5 lands. And we do want to play 17 lands in this deck for sure with our top end options. I'll take the uncommon. I'm never playing a super suit in this deck. Decisions. It's not Rapid Rescue. It's not Call Damage Control. It's probably Quake. Just another good 3-drop. Has good keywords or good abilities. Doesn't have to attack. Ant-Man has to attack, but it does feed our double Knights of the Wungador, because whenever you put a counter on a creature, create a 1/1 insect once per turn. So it works with Serpent Specialist, Tigra, both of our Knights if we can get a counter on them. It works with what is it, Giant Growth? Not happening. I'm not taking a Hydraulic Helper though. It only taps for Shield Deployment Drone and Herbie. It's the only 2 cards I can use it on in my entire deck. Hydra Assault Robot last pick's kind of crazy. That's a really good card, but it's red. Nobody wants to play red. I don't blame them. We're just confidently going to play Bant and do Bant things as I like to do. Technically, this is a 40-card deck with 17 lands. Did it add in like a last pick something? There's something that's not supposed to be here. Oh no, we put Quake in. So do a double check. Is there anything worth playing over Quake? Could be Ant-Man. I just don't like that it has to attack, and otherwise it's a 3-mana 2/2 with no text. How well can I make it attack? And not only do I have to attack, I also have to be able to pay 1 when it attacks. But it works with Khazar, which puts counters on its token. It works with... See, this is what I mean. It's just so few things that it actually like works well with. Tigray is the best thing, and Serpent Specialist activates itself. I'd rather just have a 3/3, honestly. All right, that's the deck. Let's run it. Before I do, if you want to subscribe, it'd be really cool if you did. I'd appreciate it. It'd mean a lot. Join the kitchen, have some fun with us. But now let's jump into our first game. Blue-green with a Tigray into our 2 removal spells. Seems good enough to me. I'll lead on an island. Let them know what's up. Gain land in blue-green. Alright, we're just playing a blue-green mirror match. Sure. I'm holding up We Say Thee Nay, obviously. Alright, Alright, well that's the first bad draw. But we drew the Trickster Stratagem, so I can work with that. Blue, green, something at instant speed, but for an attacking creature. Not really sure what that could be. Moon Girl. What are your thoughts on shuffling, targeting a creature I control? Yes. What are your thoughts on shuffling that away? And we drew the tapped land. That's a pretty good tapped land, I must say. I think I'm supposed to put Quake away. And we'll get him for another damage. This will get him for another damage next turn on top of that. Because this gains me a life, which puts a counter on her. Alright, well, we'll just bounce, reset. Not exactly how I wanted this to go, but I'll put the counter here, and then we're just going to Frozen and Ice the Moon Girl, removing all of its abilities. It's their only blue source, so it's very taxing for them. I would very much like to draw a land, simply so that I can try and double spell next turn, but any 2-drop's also decent. Oh, okay, well that kind of fixes that problem. Lots of ways I can do this, but I think I'm supposed to cycle. Oh man, there's like no... I really don't want to be dealing with Moon Girl and Devil Dinosaur as a 6/6 next turn, or giving them a turn to protect it. But playing Burrow backup to make 2 3/2s, followed by a Koye immediately after, seems insane. But I think I'm supposed to basic land cycle here for a Plains. Play it. And then just play a Koye. Because with this board, I can then Earth's Mightiest Heroes. And there's no way they're trading off Moon Girl. So I can get in for 3. And then next turn, we Earth's Mightiest Heroes, and it's just a complete blowout. They have to counter it. And if they hold up counter magic, I Frozen and Ice and hold up I Am Iron Man or use it instead. So there's like no world. But I have to assume they're going to try and get their Moon Girl value here. Alright, Artifact enters, they draw a card, they turn Moon Girl into a 6/6 trample. I take my 8. I'm so sad. Ooh, Wiccan. No, we just do this. And cast with Teamwork. We get every creature from the top. Oh my goodness. This is fair and normal, right? Make a 1/1, gain 2 life, draw a card, put a counter on Tigray, which puts counters on Knights of the Wungalors. Play a Pim Technologies, gain another life, swing for 5. Trample. Now, in the air, I only have the 1 blocker, but I have so much on the ground now that Moon Girl being a 6/6 isn't even that big of a deal. Next turn, if I draw a land, I can play Wiccan, I Am Iron Man, blink something. This is just so absurd. Also, all these 1/1s have first strike because of Okoye on the attack. Watch them. Oh, they're 1-mana short. I was like, watch them have a Earth's Mightiest Heroes as well. That'd be so crazy. Green, blue, black. MODOK is castable, but can only connive twice. It is an artifact, though. Falcon Wings Harness. Oh. That's a lot of frickin' flying. I could die. That's 11 damage in the air. Giant Growth would be lethal, but they can't have Giant Growth and a way to stop shield deployment drone. So, yeah. That's pretty crazy. I mean, we made the choice not to remove Moon Girl. Game 2, I have a surveillance room to help me find a third land. But then third land is still sketch. I still think I gotta keep this, though. I keep any land on top, and I get rid of anything else. Yeah. Because I can depower. Oh, that's nice. I can filter through the surveillance room to depower an attacking creature. Okay. That's a little scary. Planes. Oh, I love my deck. Surely they don't block. I obviously have a trick. Alright, Kree Commandos comes down. If we draw one more land, we're in business. And if we don't, we can depower. Oh, that's a Wolverine. Okay. That's a really, really dumb card. But at least I can kill it with a Death Toucher. And I almost certainly am going to cycle a depower here. Madam Mask on turn 4. Wow, this curve out behind Undercover Scroll has been so absurd. Oh, I just don't have it. This is not a game I win. Wolverine's so absurd. Island helps a lot. Into Herbie to find another land. Cool. No attacks. Alright. Little bit of stabilization. I can play a Khazar next turn. Hour of Defeat on my Death Toucher. That's a great trade for me. It does mean I can't block Wolverine. Wow, this is aggressive. They have 1 mana up. If it's a trick, it's a trick. Okay, okay. It ain't over till it's over. Khazar into the island of all things. That's so good. And we have a depower now for this combat. Training Regimen makes Wolverine a 4/6. We are not out of this. Titania. Oh, that's big. That is a very big thing on that. Okay, I think I have to double block and depower it. Just take it off the board. Oh wow, we're hitting lands. That's fine. Lands... okay, that's less fine. Gotta play Knight of the Wungador first, so that it gets a counter when I play my land. I play a Koye. Remember, their creatures with counters on them have trample. So that's a problem. And this is a terrible draw. Claim the Kingdom doesn't really do anything here. Make Undercover Scroll a 4/4. Land off the top. Yes, please. Another land on top? Oh my goodness. Alright, well, as long as we're playing a land each turn, we're racing them with the Training Regimen. Oh, I could have countered that. Oh no, I just auto-clicked accept and didn't even think about it. I'm so dumb. Pay attention. It's fine, it's fine. The thing is huge. We'll have to like quadruple block it. The Raft security officer is going to be just immense. Sure. Sure. But 2 counters on the thing. Okay. Oh, goodness gracious. Okay, we have some interesting options for blocks here. This doesn't have trample, so this can just be blocked with a 1/1. And then Do I try and take the thing? This combo of Knight of the Wungador plus Zabu is very strong. I really want to keep Khazar around to move me through lands. But honestly, 3, 7, 8, 9, 10 lands in. There's not as many lands left. Yeah, I'm going to use my time here. I feel like I got to take this off the board, just straight up. And I can take the thing off the board, leaving our 2-card combo of Knight of the Wungador. Oh no, I can't take the thing off the board this way. I just take 4. Alright. We do it like this, and we... Well, what's the point in keeping Okoye, then? 8, 9, and I just take the 4/4? There's no onboard tricks. I take some damage. I draw a Raft Security Officer. We know the top card is frozen in ice. That's huge. Another counter on that. No attacks. Okay. I would say we're doing okay here. That's really bad. I have to force them to pay. Yes, they can, but it means they tap the scroll, which means I live. Yeah, you put a counter on Titania. She has trample. I actually take 6 here. Wiccan is wicked. We need to do this because we can't afford to pay the ward every frickin' turn. Resolve. Pay 2. Auto pay. And at their upkeep, I'm going to tap the scroll. And if they have a haster, they have a haster. No. It's a pass. In their upkeep, we tap the scroll. And pass. This way, if they're like splashing for an extra color, it doesn't change anything. Oh, goodness. That's such a crazy card to hit. We have Wiccan on top. Wiccan's pretty good. It'll be a 6/6, which means it trades. We have a Quake on top. I mean, we're doing the same thing. I tap Undercover Scroll on their upkeep. Man, I really wanted to draw 1 non-creature spell. But we need them to draw some gosh dang lands. They've drawn 7, 8 lands this whole game. And we double block. They have a trick, they have a trick. Okay. Oh, that's the game. They've drawn perfectly. That's so tilting. Yeah, we've drawn 2 cards more than them, but those 2 cards were 3 more lands. I am dead, because I tapped the Living Legionnaire, they get back Wolverine. Oh my gosh. If I had countered the thing, I don't know how much this would have changed things, but it doesn't help. Misplays, misplays, misplays. Do-do-do. If I wasn't on the play, I don't think I keep this hand, but on the play, I do. I have a guaranteed into red. I don't really want to cycle this Burrow backup. I want to go 4, 5, 6. Oh, yeah. If we're just going to hang out, I am in love. All right. I think we've won this game. Look at this curve. What are they going to do? I'm going to counter basically anything they play here. Nope. Certainly not red's best non-rare. Not letting that resolve. I play Herbie. I get to put down the Plaza for free. And then next turn I play Khazar and a land, either off the top or from my hand. Mr. Fantastic. Alright, well, I'm definitely playing Khazar now. And we have a land on top. It's even better because it's a tap land. Mr. Fantastic, of course, has reach. And then next turn we just play Earth's Mightiest Heroes after drawing a Frozen in Ice. This is funny because I'll know what my top card is. It's a land, which I don't want. Obviously. You know what? If they're just going to hold up 20,000 mana, I think I'd rather just play a Burrow backup than play into a We Say Thee Nay. I will not play into Helicarrier Strike. I'll just pass. They just held up 5 mana blank. I can't imagine their entire hand is 6 drops plus and more lands. So they're obviously trying to hold up something. Well, they tapped blue for that. So now I'm going to be able to play Earth's Mightiest Heroes with impunity. Play a land. And now the only thing I have to tap is Khazar. Or no, not Khazar. The Zabu. We know we're hitting Quake at the very least. Sure. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 cards. Draw a card and gain 2 life. Puts a counter on Tigray, puts a counter on Knight. Seems pretty okay. I have a land on top I can't play. I guess I'll get down the Raft Security Officer. All you, opponent. We have a Wiccan as well. Wiccan doesn't have, or has Hero in Training and Herbie as targets to blink right now. And eventually, if my Zabu dies, I can blink Khazar to get another Zabu. Alright, no land on top. Play land. Put a counter, put a counter. Attempt to Frozen in Ice. Blinking. I guess it's here, Herbie. Oh wait, no, this is tap or untap target creature. Wiccan is gonna blink Herbie, so I draw another card and put another land into play to get another Zabu counter. But that will be at end of turn. And I will go to combat and swing with everything except for the Raft Security Officer. So that if they flash in something, I can tap it. Like if they flash in Captain Marvel, Night Nurse, no thanks. I don't even know if they're dead. 10. Yeah, they're like super dead. Yeah, mythics are mythic. Especially in a set like this. Would it hit 5, 6 things? Like, GG, I guess. I have all my colors. I have 2 drops. Everything's great. I am going to play the gain land on turn 2, even though I have a Tigray in hand. Or Tigra. I just don't see a value in holding it up. Because I have all these 3s I want to play. Cool. We'll flash in our 2-1. Wow, we're just straight passing through. I mean, whatever you want to do, opponent. I'll go to combat, swing for 2. Play Ant-Man's army and make a treasure? Or do I just get the flyer down? I think I'm supposed to make a treasure. Do-do-do. Because then if I draw an untapped land, I can play Khazar next turn. Wolverine. Well, at least that gets supervillain locked up. Card's annoying as heck. Yep. Oh. That's really good. So I could play Knights of the Wungador and then play my gain land, but then I'd have to use my treasure to get Khazar into play next turn. Or I just play supervillain lockup and don't even mess around with this. And I want to get Khazar into play next turn, so I'm just going to knock at the counter this turn on my Knights of the Wungador to guarantee I can play Khazar next turn. Such a crazy card. Doc Samson. Yeah, that's a lot of mana. Alright, we need lands. Hey, a land. And we have a land for next turn. Very nice. Guaranteed land for next turn. What does guaranteed land for next turn mean? Quake plus Knights of the Wungador. Kree Commandos plus Knights. Could play both 3-drops also. I want to start building up the Knight off of the landfall trigger. They have so much mana and multiple colors, so they can do whatever. Alright, Abomination's pretty good. Triple black? Are they actually Jund this whole time? I mean, I assume you're just leveling up Abomination and having it fight either the token or Khazar. Widow's Bite for -2/-2, and then level up Abomination. Okay. These things make a lot of sense, and that is a big trampler. Don't know what's on top anymore. How do we want to do this? I could play a 4/4. Doesn't really block very well, but it makes it... And I don't really have anything I want to blink, so I think I'm supposed to just play 3-drop, 3-drop this turn. And see where this goes. We have lots of great draws in the deck, so I'm in no rush. I think we just take 6 here over double blocking into 3 cards in open mana. Black for Madam Mask. Okay. Wow, this has pulled so much weight. They're just straight up Jund. I am Iron Man, huh? Exile target, non-token. Okay. I think here I'm going to play Knights of the Wungador next. This has Vigilance. And I'm going to use Iron Man as a trick on their turn to try and get a blowout. I'll be able to tap a blocker for future turns as well. I could have tapped Doc Samson here, but I assume this will be better for me. Okay, this is interesting. Past the blocks. How do we want to block this? I could take another 6 from Abomination. If I block like this, they have to choose 1 to kill. And if I have a trick, I can protect it with I am Iron Man. This has Trample. I'm just going to do it like this. Okay. Attempt to do this. Tapping Doc Samson for the turn. Hour of Defeat. Okay. They've just had all the answers. This is pretty annoying, to say the least. And we're going to draw a land here, and it's game over. Oh my gosh, they just keep drawing gas after gas thing. I got nothing. This is so tilting. I mean, this format feels so, like, dumb. Like, I don't... It's like, oh, you drew 6 late game cards on a super greedy deck. I curved out slow, so I lose. It just... It has nothing to do with anything. There was no way for me to block where I don't get absolutely destroyed by Hero's Downfall. I just... They have it, so I lose. Simple as that. This format's so brain dead. On the draw, I'm supposed to mulligan. This is way better. Putting the white-blue land back. So I have double green for my mythic. Yep, turn 1 stature. Okay. That's a really dumb card. Oh my goodness. This curve. This is how we're gonna lose? To just everyone hitting perfect curves or greedy late game at like the exact right times? Yeah, go to combat. I'm totally gonna try and trade with Shuri. Sure. Get this counterspell out of the way. Oh. Aggro? That's pretty aggro. Ant-Man's army makes a treasure? Honestly, it might be a food. I think it is a food. I just need to survive. You can make target artifact copy of second artifact you control. Sure. Hulking. Okay. And I'm just going to hold up We Say Thee Nay this turn to protect my attackers. They're obviously mana tight. And they're trying to play super aggro. Keeping a counter off of hulking is gigantic. Yeah, no thanks. Yeah, that would have done, like, everything for them. Super happy to trade off hulking. And then play a shield deployment drone and crack my food. I don't think I'm double blocking Shuri this turn. I basically get to time walk that effect. No blocks this turn. I just gain 3 life. Perfect. And now I'm holding up I Am Iron Man. Yeah, imagine that was a treasure. It would have changed nothing. No attacks. Pass to you. They spent the entire last turn doing nothing. I'm getting wasped. Okay. Well, I'm going to put my 1/1 in the air and block the wasp. Stature's a problem eventually here. There's not much I can do about it. Is it a We They Say Nay kicked? Oh, it's not. And we have a Wiccan following it up. So good. Actually gigantic. Yep. Equip it to Shuri. Okay. Okoye will have to be next turn. I need to start pushing through damage, actually. Because otherwise, Stature is just going to win by fireballing me eventually. And I don't want to do that. 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 I don't want to do that Lands are scary because it means stature can be 1 more damage on the when they level it up. Is this the turn they're leveling it up? Make it a 5/5, get in for 4 more. Yep. That seems pretty good to me. Absorbing Man? The beginning of your first main phase until your next turn. It becomes a copy of something, except its name is Absorbing Man. Which means that it ignores the legend rule. Okay. I just swing with Wiccan. We're winning this game somehow. Stature can be blocked now. So she's just a 5/5. And no trample, no trample. I have a flyer if they try to put one thing in the air. And honestly, I think I copy... Oh. This hasn't powered up. So I'll be able to power up this and make it huge if I pick Stature as its target. What are we doing? I have 7 mana, so this could be the bounce 2 things and make a 6/5, which would be really gross. Yeah. Yeah. Very happy to trade. Right? I don't care about the first strike, and I'd rather have dudes to chump block if I need to. Kazar? That's so much better than Wiccan. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Because this can hit a land off the top for Absorbing Man. It's a tapped land, but it's still a land. Okay. I think I actually get him for 2, and we just plan to double jump block this turn. And they make something in base 4/4, I'm not dead. Doesn't really matter what they equip the super suit to. I now have a Frozen in Ice too for Stature. I can't Frozen in Ice the Leviathan, obviously, but this card is so pushed. The 7 mana bounce 2 things and make a 6/5 hexproof. It's like, what were they thinking? Alright, chump block, chump block. And I could play Wiccan plus Frozen in Ice to blink Shield Deployment Drone and make another 1/1. Let's see if we get Wiccan down first. Okay. Let's get in like this. And then we Frozen in Ice Stature, blinking Shield Deployment Drone, giving me back my flyer and another chump blocker. And next turn we could play Hero in Training, possibly a land off the top. Herbie's a great draw for them. Wow, instant concede? I mean, I'll take it. Ugh. Man, this format's a nightmare. We're doing so much for, like, so little. I can't blame them for being a little tilted, though, with how they started that game. Stature into Shuri into Counterspell with a combat trick. Like, it feels so like you're so far ahead, but we just grinded them out. This is a lot better. Way, way better. Putting an island back. We don't have anything till turn 3, but our turn 3s are amazing. Okay. Turn 4s are also now amazing. I can make this into a Stark Industries executive. Wow, just slamming that on turn 2. We drew a Knights of the Wungalore. Yes, please. Man, a 4/4 Vigilance Trample seems pretty good. Every time an artifact enters, do the thing? Sure. Really would appreciate a land, but the beginning of your first main phase. You know what's funny? I could for a turn turn it into Automaton instead. So that if I draw an untapped land, I'll turn it into Automaton so that when I play Herbie, it gets a counter. Super Soldier Serum. Well, that's getting frozen and iced. That is so getting frozen and iced now. No blocks on the 5/5 first strike lifelink. I really want to turn this into an Automaton for the turn. But target artifact, non-aura, enchantment, or land. Oh, I can make him a land. That's really weird. What a weird card you are. I mean, I'll still turn you into this. But I'm playing a land and frozen and icing this. And swinging. And I'm going to copy. So this has no abilities. So if I copy it, it loses all the things. Oh, this is weird. This is a weird card. How does this work with copying a thing that has an aura on it that takes away all of its abilities? Target an artifact, non-aura, enchantment, or land. So, ow, and then I get it back. I guess we'll find out. It has all the words. Cool. I'll play Herbie. Draw a card, put a counter. Miss the land. That's chill. Just swing. They go to 6. And if I draw a land, I can make him a land and then Earth's Mightiest Heroes off of it. I could also make him a treasure, but why would I ever do that? I can make him a Herbie to put him in the air. Kree Sentinel. Well, this seems pretty over. I will make you a Herbie, but you don't have Herbie's name. I will Trickster's Stratagem, and on the original Herbie I shall connive, discarding Quake. And it's GG. Put a counter. Gain a life, why not? Swing. So much damage. I eventually found a blue source, but it was a lot too late. I mean, Evil's Thrall is so not real, right? You need multiple ways to sacrifice things for it to even be decent. Alright, we have a winning draft at 4 wins from here. We're just trying to keep it rolling. Triple tap land's really funny on the draw, but I'll take it. Leading on a green-white land, because both of our other ones do blue. Honestly, we just have the full band Triumph, so it doesn't really matter. Even one untapped land would be nice, because it means we can curve into Absorbing Man on turn 3. Yellow Jacket on turn 2 is scary. Oh, Depower was a draw that made it so that playing a blue one first made more sense, but what are you going to do? So I guess that means Avengers Hangar was the correct first one. Oh, they're mana cycling? Sure. Okay. Gain my life. They're like, what the heck is happening over there? Raft Security Officer comes down. If I don't draw land, I can cycle and then play 2-drop, 2-drop. Or 1-drop, 1-drop. But I did draw a land, so I won't cycle. Instead, I'll just play Absorbing Man. And a Serpent Special. Power 3 or less. Never mind. I'll hold up Raft Security Officer and depower. So I can tap something or give it no power. I assume Absorbing Man dies here. Create a tapped 2/1. Okay. Yellow Jacket gets a counter. Pass to attackers. And I'd rather depower here to draw a card because I really want to play Khazar. And I can make you into a Biofanatic. I can also pay 3 and make a 2/1 now. Big But activate only if there are 2 or more creature cards in your graveyard. I see. I think I'm supposed to just play Burrow backup, honestly. Make 2 3/2s. Just not even sweat this. I could also play Kree Commandos, Serpent Specialist, and hold up tapping a creature with Raft Security Officer. A lot of ways to go about this. I'm going to play the most mana efficient thing, though, because it matches up so well into this board. And I have no desire to trade with them. If they want to be spending... God, this card's so bad. You can't activate unless there's 2 creatures in your graveyard, and then it's still 3 mana and tapping it to make a 2/1. Like, it's your whole turn to make a tapped 2/1 villain token. Hour of Defeat comes in. I'd rather they use it on that than Khazar. They get in for 1 more in the air. Yeah. I'm just getting Khazar down. Greenland on top? No Greenland. Get in for 6 Vigilant. They can trade off Kingpins and Forcers to make it so Arnim Zola works, but it seems like they're mana tight. They only just played their 4th land. It's turn 6. Alright, they want to unlock it. It also gains them 2 life, so they only take like 1 damage. Alright. Arnim Zola is online, and it's gonna be a complete blowout to Trickster Stratagem it away. 2nd Hour of Defeat. Very well. When you have double Hour of Defeat, your odds of winning go quite a bit up. Really want to just hit land drops, honestly. So I feel like I'm supposed to Trickster Stratagem on this and my Vigilant creature. They're putting this on the bottom. There's no way they're not. Like, there's no way you're playing this for 3 again. And yeah, they put it on the bottom. Discard a card. It's going to be Quake. Because I can play a Serpent Specialist. And I'm just going to get in with the team here. And we're very, very far ahead right now. They could have the rare that deals 3 to everything. That's about it. That will make a tapped 2/1. Yellow Jacket gets some stats. Yada yada. Land's amazing. I will play a nothing. How much does this cost to power up? Too much. I'm just going to go combat and swing with everything but the Raft Security Officer. Deal. Play Kree Commandos and Ant-Man's Army, or I can hold up tapping. I like holding up Raft, actually. Just tap whatever they play. We're the beatdown. Claw. Okay. Yep. I reveal my hand. Which card do you want to discard? Probably I Am Iron Man. I don't think that should be attacking. Thank you very much. Okay. I mean, land is always obviously coming down here. Put 2 counters on this creature. Next, swing. How much is it? 4 mana? Yeah. Seems right. If they want to double block the Death Toucher, they want to double block the Vigilancer. Honestly, I'm just going to get in for extra damage here. Taking thing after thing after thing off the board. Play the Ant-Man's Army, make a treasure so that I can tap Yellow Jacket if they give it lifelink. If they can't give it lifelink, I don't even tap it. They're at 7 life. Because I can tap this and then tap whatever they play. So they will just not have blockers next turn. Cruel Alliance to exile the tap effect. Sure, I tap Yellow Jacket. They're now dead on board. They have to have a creature. Hydra Troopers makes a tapped 2/1, and I drew a land. Okay. I'm swinging with the team, putting them to 2. And they have to draw a villain here. Shield Deployment Drone. Alright, I'm going to go to combat and swing with both. They get to trade off the board, and then I play 2 creatures. Lightning Strike the Flyer. Alright. The top deck war is afoot. Except for I have my Mythic still in the deck. That is a villain. Gosh dang it. I have to take Yellow Jacket off the board. Surveilling 1 away. Yeah, I have to take this off the board. The lifelink's very annoying. We drew a land. Is there any reason to hold on to a land with Khazar gone? No. Alright. Are we gonna get just top decked? I mean, seems... Oh my god. What? You have 4 damage to target creature. Is this a hero? It's not. Come on. Come on. Decline, play the land. Okay. 5 mana, deal 4 damage to target creature. And they have 7 mana. So they can kill they can kill the flyer. But they're on blocks. Oh my gosh, we're just gonna lose to top deck war dumbness. This set sucks. So many games feel like they come down to just like curve outs and then top decks. It's just like I don't like what happened in this game? Nothing? Sure. I mean I'm just getting super scrolled. Deal 4 damage to target creature, deal 4 damage to target creature. If they find another land, they can... Oh no, they need multiple more lands. This is so fun. Sure. If I find a removal spell for Super Scroll, we're fine. At this point, my Mythic doesn't actually work. Because I can't teamwork it. I still have to cast it. What is the best thing? Okoye, because Wiccan just dies. And we lost Supervillain, Lockup, and Frozen in Ice, so we lose. Okay, that was dumb and exactly what this format is. It's just so whatever, you know? Alright, that's the deck. It's a little bit of a disappointer, but I feel like this is about how all of my drafts have gone for the format. Somewhere in the range of like 4 or 5 wins with good decks that where a certain number of your losses are kind of coin flippy, and a certain number of your wins are also kind of coin flippy, and then you're just kind of going through the motions of the games. There's not a lot of like decision making or, you know, there's just not a lot of like decisions to be made during games. There's just so clearly the right thing to be doing in most board states. There's some slight differences of like, do I play Kree Commandos or Quake first into an empty board? But both of them kind of need to be answered, and both of them don't really make a difference. All that said, thanks for watching to this point in the draft. If you want to see more Marvel, let me know. If you want to see me do other stuff, also let me know. I might do a couple more of these, but honestly, as I said in my like meta analysis video, I'm weaning off the format. I've already felt like I've done everything that the format has to offer big picture, because there's so clearly like the right things to be doing and the wrong things to be doing. And as a result, it's just not as fun for me as personally a drafter. I really like the creative element of building decks, and I just don't feel like there's much creativity to be had in this format. Decks are really straightforward. Cards are really straightforward. You play the things on curve. You win or you lose. Bombs are crazy. And that's it. That's just the kind of format in a nutshell. So all that said, thanks for watching this point, and I'd really appreciate if you like, subscribe, did all the things, but more important than any of that, I look forward to seeing you on the next one. See ya.